Um, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom nama budaya. Om Swastiastu. Good morning for our lecture, Mr. Dr. Andes Inyoman Mulyana M. Hum, and also good morning to all of you ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Kadek Agus Mertha Saputra, and my student number is 184-112-1034, and I am from B6 class. Today I would like to explain to you a little bit about how to teaching English using direct method, or people know it as an oral method. So without further ado, let's get started. So throughout the history of education, especially teaching language, there have been many approaches and teaching methods used. During the 19th century, the direct method or natural method was developed as an antithesis to the popular grammar translation method, which many believe was failing in the goal of effective communication in a second language. Direct method focus on full immersion in the classroom environment where not one word of the student's native language is spoken. The focus is not on grammar, but instead on learning through listening and speaking. When using the natural approach, we don't focus on the rules. We allow for mistakes, and we aim for excellent oral communication with our target words and language. I particularly enjoy this approach to teaching because I'm not limited to what language my students speak in their homes. I currently teach English in my home, and I teach my 5 years old sister how to speak basic English, basic word like what is the English word of giraffe, or what is the English word of dog or cat. Of course, I teach her to use our mother tongue first. So here are the basic principle of the direct method approach are: first, teach language inductively. In this method, we don't explain the rules to the students. We let them figure it out for themselves. We challenge them and guide them to the correct use of the language, but also force them to think through things as they learn. We can do this by showing them objects and even calling the objects by the wrong color, so they will figure out what the object is not as well as what it is. Second, only use the target language. Our goal is to not have the students translating from their mother tongue, but to learn instead to think in the foreign language. When a person learned their first language, there was no translation from another language. They had nothing to base it on. The direct method approach believes in trying to mimic first language acquisition. And the final is oral communication. In this main objective, the direct approach focuses on speaking far more than the importance of reading and writing. This practice is the complete opposite of the grammar translation approach, where the students learn all of the rules of a language but often cannot speak or communicate effectively in the second language. Using the direct method, we encourage our students to speak even to make grammatical mistakes, so they can get their point across and put into practice what they are learning in their classroom. And teaching style used in the direct method approach are: there are several teaching style that we can use in direct method approach. There are, first, showing or using multiple example of a word or concept. This should be an overkill of props, image, or gesture used to make sure the point comes across for our students. The overrush is needed to ensure comprehension, since there is no translation being used at all. Second is props and TPR. TPR stands for total physical responses. Visual clues are extremely important for our students learning with the direct method. The student needs to see the image or the action many times in order to associate the concept with the new word or language they are learning. And next is listening and repetition. Not only do the students need to see something to create an association, but they also need to hear something. They need to hear how the language is used, how it is pronounced, and how to incorporate into their oral communication. And the next point is speaking. The students need to be able to practice the concept of word they are learning. Once they have seen example, heard it, and create an association of a word or concept in their mind, they will need to put it into practice with actually speaking and communicating. Give them example opportunity to try to speak and praise them when they are correct. If you don't understand, be patient and repeat the example, TPR, image, and etc. The last point is make sure to have a non-threatening environment. It is vital to create a safe space for the students to attempt to communicate using their newly acquired language. The students should receive rewards and praise when they effectively speak, and gentle correction and repetition when needed due to errors. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all what I can explain to you today. I realized that my presentation is far away from perfect. There might be a lot of mistake here and there, but as the times goes on, I will learning even more, so I can make my teaching method become more perfect. I think that's all. Thank you so much for your kind attention, and see you in the next video. Bye.